Shaw here on the 21st of December 2022, and we finally got over the rains. I watched Westpac WX weather, and he said days ago it was probably going to be over by Wednesday. And again, he was on the nose. He was dead on the money again, that guy. He's one of the best weather forecaster guys for this area. We watched the other news too, and they were saying no, it's going to settle here and not blah blah blah. Check him out, guys. But look at this beautiful day we're having. Look at them nice clouds over there. Now you never know here. You know, could we get some more rain? I don't know, but it looks like there's a general clearing over the most of the Philippines. I know Cebu really got hammered and they had flooding and all that, but of course the news, they always sensationalize. You know, they'll keep showing the same couple spots that got a lot of water. There's over the mountain, so that's looking good for me. But I was out earlier. You know, we went out this morning, the dog and I, a little after 3, and I had to go back and just ditch the jacket. It was the first day I didn't need a jacket in a week. It's just nice, and now it's, oh man, the sun's feeling great. But I came out a little bit earlier too, and you know, it's coming out to the point where the DJI gimbal for the phone, that's just not my bag. You know, it's not. I know a lot of guys use them, and that's great, but like for me, nah. I don't think it's the way to go for me. I put the thing in this morning, and you know, I did all the stuff. Like, you got to turn on the Bluetooth, and you got to turn on the location, and you got to turn on the what's the other thing? Oh, the thing so it portrait. I always turn that off, and I do all that kind of stuff, and get it ready, and then I pair it, so it's working, and all of a sudden the thing comes to life, and you know, push the button. Well, something happened in it where the control, I couldn't control it. It said I couldn't zoom in it. It pops up on the screen, you can't zoom in this mode. Well, I don't remember changing a mode. I don't know that I did. Maybe I did. But it was one of them things where I just did it the other day. I did a video that I didn't publish, just of me all walking around one, because the camera's like waterproof. And I thought, okay, and everything worked. So all I did was turn it off, took the phone out, and then boom, today none of the stuff was working, wrong mode. So somehow I hit a button or something, but I just don't want to deal with something like that. I throw this Sony on, it's light, I don't got to hold it way up in the air, you know, and if you put an extension bar on the DJI, you can't control the buttons. So it's like, and then the face following feature wouldn't work. That wouldn't work today. You know, it worked the other day. So I just, it's definitely not my bag. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm just going to keep going on with the Sony. They have a gimbal for the Sony. You know, if I get on a horseback or something like that, or the boys running with it, you know, running with the dog, you can turn the thing upside down. It's got a handle. I think I might go with something like that, because these cameras here, I got these down now. It's a little bit longer to load it to the phone, but you know, and then of course on the phone I got to use the wireless mic. And then when I was playing with it today, it wasn't doing anything I wanted. Wasn't doing the face following. It, you know, it was slow to work, and I wanted it sped up to the faster speed. It reverted back, I think. Maybe I didn't hit save in the menu. That could be it. It could be my fault. But you know, I just don't want to. I don't want to play with it anymore. I got these ones down. It takes a little bit longer. I got to load this to the phone and then go from there, but that's not a big deal. Since I have the phone, it loads real quick now. I go 1080p at 30 frames a second, and I can load from this camera to the phone real quick. But another thing I wanted to say too, guys, you know, we're in Buck Rogers time, and a lot of the folks I'm able to talk to, you know, I talked to Sean the other day for a while. I talked to Ronald, Paulie, and then of course James Owens. I had a nice chat with him. And this morning I talked about 2.5 hours with Doc. Keep him in your prayers, guys. He's still mending. I don't think he's 100% yet, but he's home. He's not going to drive or anything like that. You know, he's like ordering in. but we got him to where the retirement here probably isn't the best idea. And he's a smart dude. He's definitely a smart dude. I think he realized that real quick. And it's not that there's not good hospitals in this country, but the best hospitals, you got to live by the city. So who the heck wants to live in a city in the Philippines? That's ridiculous. Some people do. I don't want no part of it. And the other thing is, if you're out a little bit, there might be a good hospital there. The problem here is getting to it. I could be, right now, there's a hospital, it's 2 kilometers from here. I measured it on the bike. It's 2 kilometers. It could take me an hour to get there. And it could take the guy who's going to pick you up, if you don't call a tricycle or something, if they send an ambulance from the hospital, it might take him 45 minutes to get, from the hospital to you. So your golden hour's shot here, guys. There's no doubt about that. It's completely shot. So you have to think of that kind of stuff. You got to think about that stuff when you're coming here. And I think Doc's going to settle in a different place. So that's going to be pretty cool. We hope to get to see him here when he gets feeling better, and we'll get to see him. Kids even talk to him on the phone, kind of like with Tim. They've been on there before. We do got a thing. He sent the kids some presents, and he sent it through LBC. Well, when he sent the thing, he put it in my wife's name, and he put Faye. And something was up, with the ad. They said they couldn't find the address. This is LBC. They're supposed to know what the hell they're doing. Well, they can't find the address. So, okay, no problem. We tracked it. We went down to pick it up. So Faye goes in there. They need an ID. Gives them the ID. It's got the address on it, but instead of saying Faye, her ID says Marifae. So they wouldn't give it to her. I mean, how ridiculous is this? So it's really here. You're gonna run into things that can frustrate you. If you frustrate easy, don't come, guys. Don't come, because it's a non-stop that they do this kind of stuff. Everybody's afraid of their own shadow to make a decision at work. Now, if it would have been me and I was working at UPS and somebody came in with the same address and it was a nickname, but the last name's the same, here you go. I just make sure that it was known this person got it. Done deal. But here they can't do that. They're afraid of losing their little snively, their minimum wage, $350 a day or something, 400 a day pesos. So you're looking at less than $8. They're afraid to lose that. And sometimes their bosses are tyrants and got them so damn scared of their own shadow at work, in a lot of the places, not all of them. But it's just a shame the way things go here. But hopefully, hey Tim, hopefully we'll have it, one of these days. Tim was saying, don't open before Christmas. Well, we might not be able to open until after New Year's, the way these places go. I still like that JT Transport. That seems to be a really good company to use. The LBC, I don't think I'd be having anything to do with them. That's for sure. But we're gonna be doing, I think, coming up here in the next couple months. My wife and I have been talking about a move, and I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do yet until we do it, until everything's set in stone and we can make the move. And then we're gonna vlog, and we'll vlog and let you guys know what happened. I'd like to get these kids situated in a better place. I about had it with here, guys. I'm serious. I about had it. I don't even, I don't even want to keep the house anymore. I get, you go up in the morning, get up this morning, okay, I'm going to go take a warm shower. Nope, sorry. There's a little bit of water coming out, but no. If I want a warm thing, I got to go down the kitchen sink and fill up buckets and do a tabo bath or heat water, on the kettle, because there's not enough pressure again, and who knows when the power is going to go out. They gave us a thing, said the power was going to be out for a day, and then it didn't go. So that could happen this weekend now. Last time they did that, the power stayed on, and they did it the following weekend. So we'll be gone if it goes off this weekend, which is fine with me. But that, and then anytime we want to go somewhere, I had 2 days in traffic where this, guys, no kidding, you might move a car length in 5 minutes. Now, yesterday when we were doing some running around, bang, went right into town. I was like, oh, this is cool. What's going on? And when I got into town, guess what? There wasn't a traffic cop in sight. Nowhere. So that is their point. That is what their point is. They're creating traffic every time they get out there and do their their traffic congestion deal that they do every time they're out there. But yesterday there weren't any. There were none. And the people go. Filipinos will go. And you just got to sort of break in when you can. But there's always somebody snoozing, and then they go. But it was amazing. Straight into town. No troubles at all, and no troubles into town. And the 2 days before that, 50 minutes to get up to the market in town, which is a couple kilometers. Just ridiculous. Wes was saying when he talked to us that he had to go towards town and to the Robinsons or something. Took him an hour. And it's right up the street. So this place right here, I guarantee you, I won't miss this place at all. The powers that be that run this, they gotta know, they gotta look out their window and see how crappy this is, and somebody should jump up and say, hey, we should fix this. This town's growing. We took a back way the other day. I can't believe all the business. It's not houses. It's businesses going up on these back roads. And fantastic. Okay, they're going to build a bunch of businesses, but guess what? Now we've got those businesses drawing more water. There's going to be commerce going in now there with vehicles, so that's going to make it worse. And they're doing nothing to alleviate the traffic. Nothing. I haven't heard or seen of any training things for these people. They did get them radios, but they don't know how to use them. I think they just talk about what they're having for lunch or something, because they're not timing anything. They are not timing the traffic, the lights or anything. Best thing to do would be get rid of them all and just put some lights in there, or put some stop signs, and teach these people that, the right person on the right goes, and then you go, and then he goes, and they go, and blah, 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 and it keeps the traffic moving. But I don't know if a Filipino, most of them don't follow the rules anyway when it comes to driving. There's no law that they follow. It's kind of like an every man for himself. And it gets tiring after a while, guys. You'll see if you're in a place that's as congested as this. Now, when we were in Mindoro, in the province, not too bad. You could move. At least you were moving. I don't care if I'm doing 20 kilometers an hour. I'm happy as long as I'm moving. But when you're having to burn your clutch to go 10 feet, because if you sit there and wait until the traffic moves, the next time you got 10 motorcycles or somebody cutting in front of you, and then you're stuck. So it's just not good. I would definitely, if you come here and get a car, I would recommend do not get a stick shift. I had vehicles. I had my one truck I bought, the one I bought new, I had 250,000 miles on it. And I never replaced the clutch. And the adjustment on it, when they were looking at it, I did a trade-in on it. And when he was looking at it, he says, oh, that's still on the first adjustment. Because they look them over real good. They check the four-wheel drive out and the transfer case and all that. And it was well taken care of, so they put it on the lot, even though it was an older one. But it was clean, no dents, no dings. I kept it washed and waxed, and washed it all off in the salt and all that kind of stuff. So it was in great shape, no rust or anything. Here, I doubt this clutch in this beautiful little Honda is gonna. I don't give it much more time, because you're having to burn it all the time. You're having to constantly inch up on people. The traffic just goes a half a car length, then it'll go a car length, then a half a car length, and you're just sitting there, and your mileage just goes to hell. When you sit 50 minutes to go a couple kilometers, that's just ridiculous. So, that's one of the reasons I don't want to be here. That, no water. Our house, we just noticed a big crack in the back now. The windows don't work. I replaced a bunch of faucets, and then one of the ones I replaced, because it had a stupid plastic ring, the ring broke, so now I got to take it all apart. And it's tough to take, the drains apart here, because they glued everything. Those little compression things, they glue it. They glue everything here. So it's just a royal pain to have to deal with all the stuff. I wanted to do my family a really good thing and put them in a nice house in a nicer area, and it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. So, and there's other people here complaining. My one neighbor watches the channel. She's really upset with her new house. She's like, man, it's so cheap. They didn't even. I don't even think they put their stuff in. I don't know if she's going to fight it and say no. This is not what I contracted for. And I told him, look at all the stuff. When I saw him up there, I stop everybody that's breaking ground, and I go up to him. Hey, you going to be the owner of this place? Oh yeah. This is my name. They got their name on the tarpaulin. And I'll say, did Demeterland let you know that there's no water here and the power's out all the time? Did they disclose any of that? No, they didn't tell us that. Hey, this is what's happening here. Oh, I didn't know that. In Demeterland, they see me, they try to hide. They don't like me at all. But somebody needs to tell these poor people. It's too late, though. I mean, once they contract for the house, the Demeterland won't give you your money back. They tell you no way. You could fight it in court. But I think I'm not sure, but I think the way this place does it, they start building, and then when they run out of money, they have to sell more to get money to finish yours. My house took 2 years. This one house in the back here, it's way over a year, and it's nowhere near complete. Now this other fella back here, he got a different contracting company come in, and it's only been since I think it was September they started. They're going to be finished here. They're going to turn this thing over in January. Early in January. So they didn't piss around like Demeterland does. I think Demeterland's got to wait for money, because these houses, you'll see them working on it like crazy, and then all of a sudden they quit. They don't work no more, and then the house sits for 5 months. And it's a shame. Be careful with your builder. Get everything in writing. Question everything. Question if there's going to be water all the time, and if there isn't, what are they going to do about it? Why didn't they knew this, because when they were building the first houses, the construction workers were complaining to Demeterland because they didn't have water. They had to bring a truck in to mix their cement. So they knew about it. So why didn't they leave one of the lots open and put a tank in? I couldn't have, but it's all, dollars for these people. What do they care? They're not going to live here. It's like the owner of this area that handles the water. Why would he fix the water? That's going to cost him a lot of money. Why would he fix it? That's stupid, because he doesn't have to live here. What does he care? He can still collect money for the association fees and the water bill and all that. He can collect all that. He's still going to collect it whether he fixes it or not, so why fix it? And these are the questions, guys, you got to ask. Find out who runs the show, who owns the street, what are they going to do. Taxes here are kind of high, I thought, compared to everywhere else we lived, and what are we getting for it? When the garbage man comes, I got to pay. I got to pay every time the garbage man comes, plus a tip. So what are we really paying for? There's no snow removal. There's not much in here. So, this is just where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I've did enough of my, I'm gonna solve the problem. I'm gonna solve the problem here real quick and just boogie. So this is Rickshaw out.
It's midnight, we're going all night. Can you pass a drink to get the vibe right? Don't feel like having a Bud Light. How's tequila with some salt and lime? Oh my, am I alright? Thanks for asking, doing just fine. Can I say that you're looking real nice? We'll love to chat right now before I get high. When you gaze into my eyes,